Are we capable of creating tradition, thereupon recreating it as meaningful and enduring? Rather, one could say that the only reliable tradition that we have is the tradition of a continuous and indomitable discontinuity. There are many examples of this practice, bearing witness in various fields of economy, culture, science, and not unlike the other fields, in the banking world as well. Tradition is responsible for remembrance, and its nurturing comes as a complex social, cultural, and civilizational venture. This is a short story of how the Association of Serbian Banks, after almost 85 years from the time it was first established, has returned to its roots, integrating tradition into the modern trends of business operations. On 4 December 1921 in Belgrade, 39 monetary institutes established the Association of Banks. From that year onwards until the year 1941, it was energetically venturing before all the state authorities, striving to defend the interests of the local and domestic banking field. In its report for the year 1925, it is written, "Our association has entered the ranks of all those potent professional institutions, which the state authorities must take into account and call upon its cooperation." After 17 years of suspension, the Association of Banks continued its work in the year 1958 in Belgrade. The Association of Serbian Banks always maintained a continuous correspondence and contacts with appropriate associations for many countries. In October of 1921, a conference was held of the representatives of the Federation of Czechoslovak Banks and the Association of Serbian Banks. Similar contacts are being maintained by the Association of Serbian Banks until this day. Thus, in January of 2004, the founding session of the Inter-Balkan Forum of the Bank Associations was held in Athens, attended by the representatives of the Association of Serbian Banks. Members of this forum are also the Association of Banks of Greece, Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania, Albania, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Macedonia, Montenegro, and Serbia. In the year 2000, the fifth session of the forum will be hosted by the Association of Serbian Banks. Already in the initial years of its work, the Association of Banks became aware of the importance of permanent education of professionals working in monetary institutes, and in its enactments from the year 1926, the need is emphasized for organizing professional schools and courses for banking professionals, and the need to award certificates entitling the work in practice. These were requirements and necessity to grow over the years of work of the Association, from 1958 until the present day. In the year 2001, Bank Training Center was established and several thousand bankers have been attending its programs. In its rules of procedure from the year 1921, it was written that the Association of Banks shall have a journal in which all the important issues in the financial and economic fields will be debated. And in the year 1925, the Board of Directors adopted a decision on publishing its own bulletin. The Association of Banks of Serbia today has its magazine and a bulletin published with the same intent and similar conception. The magazine Bankarstvo was first published in January of 1971. Many years later, in February of 2003, the bulletin was to appear, as well as many other forms of contemporary communication. On several occasions, the idea initiated in the year 1924 was to be given a chance on the establishment of an institution that would offer reliable data on borrowers or all those who are seeking credit facilities. Information Credit Department was realized in cooperation with the National Bank and started work on 28 February 1929. When the preparations started for the Credit Bureau to be organized in 2003, there was no awareness that already in the past such an institution existed to cover similar needs and requirements. The Credit Bureau started its work in October 2004 within the Association of Serbian Banks. It was established by all the banks in the territory of Serbia. In Phase 1, all information is gathered on liabilities of physical persons on basis of loans, current accounts, credit cards, mortgages, leasing operations. In the first year of its work, the banks and other users have drawn over 1 million reports, and they have now become the basic documents for decision-making on whether to approve and grant services to bank customers. In Phase 2, the work started uncovering liabilities of the legal entities and entrepreneurs with banks and other leasing companies. With data on loans, leasing operations, guarantees, uncovered letters of credit, bill guarantees and bill acceptance, debenture docs, stocks and bonds, and business cards. In Phase 3 of development, data will be gathered on the liabilities of both physical and legal entities with non-banking institutions. As early as 1922, for the purpose of proper, timely, and accurate business communication, representatives of the Association of Banks requested the Ministry of Post and Telegraph to accommodate their already submitted demand and approved the use of coded telegraph messages. This time the Ministry approved the use by the Association of the coded cable messages on condition that the codes be deposited within the Ministry, that is, the code that the individual monetary institutes intended to apply. The Association of Serbian Banks was faced with a similar challenge for the modern, accurate, and efficient business operation, and in early 2004, when the project for the Bank Clearinghouse institution was created, it envisaged the interbank clearance and other jobs for payment transfers, which per definition are within the banking sector, to be done in this organizational section of the Association of Banks. The work with checks was transferred from the National Bank of Serbia to the Bank Clearinghouse. This work is based on the most modern technologies and equipment with an extremely potent telecommunications infrastructure. For outstanding results and contribution to developing the banking sector, the members of the Board of Directors, Executive Board, and Supervisory Board of the Association of Banks for the 10th anniversary in 1930 were decorated under the decree of King Alexander Karađorđević with the St. Sava Medal and the White Eagle Medal. The Association of Serbian Banks also received an award on 3rd November 2005. The Banking Technology magazine, a world authority on financial systems, gave its award for clearing and settlement achievement to the Association of Serbian Banks. This award solution was created for the needs and at the project request of the association by the team of Saga experts on a Microsoft platform. The award was given in London to Dr. Veroljub Dugalić, Secretary General of the Association of Serbian Banks. Through a standard procedure, clearing of checks takes 1 week or more when done in banks, while this procedure is accomplished in the association within 1 hour's time. On the eve of its 85th anniversary and on the year of the European Banking Technology Award, the association symbolizes a modern institution which also has its tradition. It recognizes all the imperatives of the times in which it lives, and during all the years, both before and after the Second World War, it has preserved the reputation and confidence of its members, successfully embarking on its own prospective path of development.